It's the OCG Fam Show. Now, do you still get salt buildup in your soil even when you're using Nectar for the Gods? Let's talk about it. Hey there, Bob from Oregon's Constant Gardener. Welcome to the OCG Fam Show to you, my YouTube buddies. What's going on? How you getting through this whole thing? Let me know in the comments and we'll talk about it. Right now, let's just get into the show, though. So, when you're talking about synthetic nutrients, a lot of people use synthetics and they switch to Nectar, or they compare the two against each other. And a lot of times synthetic nutrients are called salt-based nutrients because they're actually made from salt. They just scrape it off, and I don't know how it works, but they use salt to do it. And, Nectar made from bone meal and things like that, more natural type inputs, although what's natural? But anyway, side issue. So when you're doing these salt-based nutrients, or, these synthetic nutrients, people will say, a lot of times they get a salt buildup in the soil, and they have to flush that out. But when they're using the Nectar, they're like, I shouldn't have salt buildup. This isn't a salt-based nutrient. What's the deal? There's some confusion about how that whole thing kind of makes sense. I don't even really understand it myself, at least I didn't until I heard Scott talk about it. When we were doing a viewer questions episode just a little bit ago, he talked about salt buildup in the soil and about how salt differs in Nectar type grow from in those other synthetic nutrients. So it's pretty interesting, I thought, and kind of clears up some confusion that I think we get from time to time with all of us. So watch this clip. I'll talk to you after. Kurt's Review 2020. Hey, Bob and Scott, my question. Does Nectar contribute to salt buildup? Is that why people water to runoff with synthetics? Two questions there, kind of.
Well, yeah, and basically, everything in the soil contributes to salt buildup because we're feeding these microbial bodies that are digesting the material in the soil. So generally, anytime, even with pure, no-till, water-only soils, you can have salt buildups because the organic matter built into the potting medium as it's breaking down, converts into a salt or an acid or an enzyme or such. So yes, there will be salts, but it's not nearly at the level where the synthetic growers would see a buildup in their medium. So they do like to water to run off so that they don't have nearly the buildup collectively building up on itself. Where ours, you can kind of feed them less volume more frequently without having that salt buildup, but you still have a microbial body in there that are digesting organic matter, creating salts. So that's why we do that preventative Herculean flush, is to let the microbes do all their things, eat all the digested foods, break all that down, and then that preventative flush just kind of ties up that excess salt and pulls it away from the root zone so you don't have any massive salt buildup.
So when we're talking synthetic nutrients, a lot of times they are made from salt, like sea salt.
Or mineral salts.
Yeah, they are salt, whereas the more natural things are salts, but...
Well, yeah. As they're being, organic matter being built up is, there's salt in us, there's salt in everything.
Yeah.
So, but as those break down and the plants absorb that salt, they love it, but whatever's left behind just builds up.
Gotcha. Okay, what do you think of that? Interesting? Useful? Helpful? Clear things up? Not clear things up? You want to talk about it some more? Let's do it in the comments. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. The OCG Fam Show. It's pretty good. It happens every day. It's the OCG Fam Show. See you tomorrow.